show. Is this what it really is like?
Am I not supposed to be pressing the buttons?
10 minutes.
I'm telling him you gave me the buttons.
The buttons.
I make him nervous, don't I? No. I get out of the car, he's like,
don't bother me.
I got out of the car, he's like, they're already filming. I'm like, okay. You gotta come in quiet.
Oh.
I'm like, okay.
You gotta come in quiet. I'm so loud. I probably shouldn't be here.
You get 10 minutes.
I got all the time in the world.
All right. Can I sit at your desk while you're filming? All right, I'm gonna go sit at your desk and work. And
Perfect. I'll see you at like in an hour.
Well, I'm gonna sit at his desk until you're done.
Okay. Until I'm done.
Push my stuff out of the way.
I will,
I know.
happily.
Look
I'm
at
gonna
that.
turn everything upside down.
You do. All right.
All
so,
right.
Same deal. We're just chatting,
Okay.
but this time we're not chatting about festival.
Right.
We're just chatting about you.
Chatting about me.
How about you? I guess I probably have to move that. Camera, so that.
Like, which way did the hair go? Which way does the hair? My VP does a much better job at this than I do.
Nonsense. It's all about you, Crystal. You didn't know that?
Well, I like to hide in the back.
All right. Okay. Anything in particular that you do not want to talk about?
Yeah. I'm an open book.
Okay. Good deal. Ready?
Sure. Where am I looking again?
Wherever you want.
Okay.
Welcome back to WRPB. I'm here with Crystal from Hope and Gray. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Crystal, what is Hope and Gray?
So Hope and Gray is a 501c3 nonprofit that supports families, loved ones, caregivers with a primary brain tumor diagnosis.
That is a pretty intense nonprofit.
It is.
Why?
Why?
Where did that come from?
Why? So, unfortunately, my mother was diagnosed with brain cancer. Hers was glioblastoma, and she was diagnosed in December of 2021. And she did, unfortunately, lose her battle in August of 2023.
That's got to be difficult to go through. And, you know, if I can ask, walk me through what a family deals with. You know, we see, I had, my father passed from cancer as well, so I understand, you know, seeing what they go through because it's visual.
Right.
But the family doesn't always get that visual of what's happening. So
Right.
share with me if you can, or if you will, what happens.
So in my family's situation, my mother was young. She was just 60 years old, and she was still working at the time. And so when she was diagnosed, obviously, glioblastoma is like the worst of the worst brain cancers. And she was diagnosed with stage 4. And so she couldn't work anymore. She did not have health insurance. So now, you know, as a family, you have to now figure out, okay, now there's a loss of an income. You have to figure out how to get her some type of insurance so she can be treated by doctors. Try to get the best care, you know, that she can.
Sure.
And then you're worrying about the typical household duties that she used to do, the cooking, the cleaning, the paying of the bills,
Right.
all of those things. So as a family, you know, we really, really had to come together and divide and conquer to figure out how to navigate not only this terminal disease diagnosis that she has, but how are we going to navigate as a family to try and make sure everything else is taken care of as well. So it was really, really hard. We felt very alone. There's a lot of research and support groups for a lot of other types of cancers. And unfortunately, there just really wasn't a lot out there for brain cancer. And so, I just went to Google and, really started to research, different support groups and whatnot. And that's where I kind of came up short, and I'm like, well, why isn't there a lot of conversation about this? And so after I did lose my mom, I did connect with others, through social media and our community, and that's when we decided, a few of us, that we wanted to change that, so that way no other family, loved one, caregiver, friend would have to go through this diagnosis alone.
So, when did that concept come about?
Yeah.
When did it hit you that there needs to be more?
So, funny story, not really funny story, but about 2 weeks after my mom passed away, actually, let me reverse. A day before my mom passed away, I actually lost another friend to brain cancer as well. And that was
my
somebody,
goodness.
yeah, somebody else that I met during this journey. So unfortunately, Michelle passed away right, like a day before my mom, and then my mom passed away. So then fast forward to about 2 weeks, another person that I knew through my career, through my, what I do for work, he was diagnosed with astrocytoma. And so Kyle and I really connected at that time as well. And Kyle was also, young, in his 30s, had no health insurance at the time. And so as a community in our industry, we all kind of came together and we put on a benefit for Kyle. And we raised, I want to say it was close to $15,000 in a very short amount of time. And Kyle was able to utilize those funds, to get insurance, thankfully. So again, kind of coming together as a community with the resources and the connections that we made, we were like, okay, well, if we can do this for Kyle, we should be able to to do this for others in our community. And that's when the conversation of Hope and Gray really started to come together. And that was in the fall of 23 and spring of 24.
So, what does the organization do?
We do a lot of different things. So one is financial support. If there is a family that is in need of, helping take care of their mortgage payment or make a rent payment or, any of their utilities, they can reach out to our organization. On our website, there is a contact us button, so that they can reach out to us, and then at that time is when we will reach out, find out what their immediate needs are. And we do have funds that we can grant to a family to help with those hardships. Another one is a lot of patients have to travel to bigger hospitals that aren't local here on the Treasure Coast. So such as Moffitt over in Tampa or University of Miami down in Miami. And obviously gas, now not only is there the immediate financial burden at the home, but now you have to travel to get extra medical care. So, we do gas gift cards, something as simple as, a Starbucks gift card. So that way when the family is at the hospital, they can run to Starbucks and get some caffeine while they're sitting there waiting for their loved one during their treatment. We have a lot of other connections to resources since we've created Hope and Gray. We've connected with other nonprofits. So there's the Slay Society out of Canada. They host weekly caregiver and support groups. Glioblastoma Research Organization out of Miami. They have a lot of amazing tools. The National Brain Tumor Society hosts monthly caregiver and grief support. So we can connect those resources with what that family exactly needs.
That's great. It's difficult to take this on. I'm sure you understand that already. Yeah. Do you have a team of people behind you? How does the organization run?
Yes. So there is me, which, like I said, I lost my mother to glioblastoma. Our vice president is Brianna, and she lost her mother as well to glioblastoma. Kyle is our treasurer, which I was telling you about. Kyle's actually like what kind of prompted us into this venture. But Kyle has astrocytoma, and he's actually been diagnosed 2 years and remaining stable, so that's amazing. And then we do have Jeff. Jeff is Michelle's husband, and he runs a lot of our IT and all of our web stuff that is way beyond what I could do.
Right? Where do you get your funding from?
We have a lot of amazing community donors. So I'm very active in the networking world. And so thankfully, my community has really stepped up to not only help me, but help Hope and Gray. So we have a lot of local business support. There is another organization locally. They did have a brain tumor cancer diagnosis immediate family, and so they created Always Be Crantastic, and so they actually are linked to the Community Foundation, and so they will grant us, Hope and Gray, additional grant funds when we have a family that is in need of some extra love that maybe Hope and Gray at this time can't, supply. And then we also have an online donation link on our website. So if this, touches anybody, they can go directly onto the Hope and Gray website and click donate, and then that all goes directly to Hope and Gray.
Great. And, while we're talking about the website, how do people reach you?
So it is www.hopeingray.org.
Fantastic. And on that site, they can get support, they can get...
Yes, there's
more
the contact
information.
me. There's the stories of each of us on there. There is what we've done over the last year. I know it's a little detour, but last year we raised just shy of $35,000 and reached 25 families in our first year.
wonderful.
So I literally have goosebumps.
That's great. Crystal, thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Is there anything that you would tell people, any message that you would send out as we wrap things up?
Just you're not alone. If you are going through a primary brain tumor diagnosis, whether it is brain cancer and malignant or if it is benign, just know that you're not alone. There is an amazing community out there that is ready to wrap our arms around you and support you.
Great, thank you. Folks, there's so many resources that we have available right here and that stretch across the whole country. Don't ever feel that you are dealing with a situation by yourself, and don't get into that mode where you feel that nobody understands or cares. Reach out to good folks like Hope and Gray. Let them point you in a direction, let them help you with your resources so that you can heal from the tragedies that you are facing. Thank you again.
Thank you.
We'll be back.